Let's be honest, we all have one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That drawer, or maybe it's a box, just filled with a tangled up mess of old cables and chargers. Well, today, we're going to finally untangle that problem together. We're diving in to figure out how to responsibly get rid of all that electronic clutter for good. Seriously, just picture it for a second, that drawer of doom. It's a nest of old USBs, mystery power cords for devices you probably haven't seen in a decade. It's kind of a universal symbol of our digital lives, right? But that clutter, well, that's the enemy we're about to defeat. Now, this is not about some huge, boring chore. Not at all. Think of it more like a quick, simple mission. We're going to conquer that chaos, clear up some space, and in the process, do something really good for the environment. It's a total win-win. You know, every successful mission starts with a clear plan. And our plan? It's incredibly simple. It all boils down to two very clear, super manageable actions to get this whole thing started. Okay, first up, you're basically on a scavenger hunt. Your mission is to find every single one of those stray cables and chargers and get them all into one spot. One box, one pile, that's it. Then, it's testing time. Grab a device and start plugging things in. Does it work? Yes or no? This one simple step creates the foundation for everything else we're going to do. And just like that, you've got two piles. Welcome to the Great Divide. On one side, you have the working cables. These guys still have a job to do. On the other, the ones that are broken. But their journey isn't over either. The most important thing to realize here is that nothing is heading for the trash can. All right, let's start with the good pile, the ones that pass the test. Instead of just letting them collect dust again, let's give them a whole new purpose. I mean, reusing what we already have is always the most sustainable way to go. So just think about it for a sec. Local schools, community centers, maybe some charities. They're often looking for spare chargers and cables. And come on, we all have that one friend who's always losing their phone charger, right? Passing these on is such a simple way to help someone out and keep perfectly good stuff out of a landfill. Okay, now for the pile of cables that have officially retired. Believe it or not, their most important job is still ahead, getting recycled properly. And keeping them out of landfills is absolutely critical. Did you know the world generates over 50 million tons of e-waste every single year? That's like throwing away 1,000 laptops every second. So where do these retired cables actually go? Well, your first stop should always be a designated e-waste recycling center. But a lot of people don't know that many big electronic stores have take-back programs right inside the store. And here's a pro tip. Some scrap metal recyclers might even pay you for them because of the valuable copper inside. Just, give them a quick call first to make sure they take them. And this right here, this really gets to the heart of why this all matters so much. When you recycle a cable, you're not just decluttering your house. You are taking a stand against that massive global e-waste problem. You're helping recover valuable stuff like copper, which means we have to do less destructive mining. It's a really small action with a truly massive impact. Okay, so to make sure this all sticks and becomes a long-term habit, let's lock in the golden rules. Think of this as your official code of conduct for any and all future cable encounters. So here's your roadmap to success. First, do test your cables. You'd be amazed what still works. If it's good to go, find it a new home. And when it is time to recycle, bundling them up neatly is a tiny step that makes a huge difference for the recyclers. And finally, always try to use those official collection programs whenever you can. Now, for the don'ts. The biggest rule of all is to never, ever toss them in your regular trash bin. These cables have materials in them that are really harmful to the environment. And this should go without saying, but please, please don't burn them. The fumes are toxic. Oh, and also make sure to check with your local recycling service before you just mix them in with your cans and bottles. And there you have it. That drawer of doom is now a space of order. You've not only decluttered your home, you've made a really responsible, environmentally conscious choice. You have officially conquered the cable clutter. You know, this feeling of turning chaos into order, it's pretty powerful, isn't it? It just goes to show that a small, focused effort can make a really big difference. So my question to you is this. Now that you've tackled the cables, what are you going to simplify next?